Today's video is brought to you by Ancel. This is a automotive industry diagnostic leak detector. This puts out the smoke. So we're gonna see what's in here. Okay, here's your hose. Here's the little machine. Here's your fittings, and there's your wires. Here's your wires for your battery clamp. 12 volt. So this just runs off of baby oil, is what it runs on. The little switch is right here in the back. Your regulator is right here. And have it turned completely off right now. You open it up, give you more pressure. Shut it completely down when you get done with it. This is where you fill it, right here. And this is where you hang it. Okay, this is where you put your, this is so up under the hood you can, the hood or the bonnet, you can hang this so you can have it out of your way. Okay, there's your air connector. Plug it in right back here. Okay, I didn't know this was included with it. This is like a Schrader valve, where you can pull out your Schrader valve, like it's on a car tire. Probably some areas in your car that has the Schrader valve that you can open up, so you can put that in and run the smoke test on it. Okay, we're going to hook this thing up real quick. Okay, now we're going to hook up this one. That's your air line. Got a nice little air regulator. Your sight glasses right here, you don't want to go any higher than that. Just switch to turn on off. So this does have a heating element in it, so I think we will fill this up before we plug it in. We sure don't want to take a chance of burning the heating element out of it. So I'm going to have to go and get some baby oil. Okay, now we've got this thing all hooked up. Hooked up to power, hooked up to air. Got to use your shop air. I've got to clean up my mess here. Thought I did pretty good without a funnel. So now we're going to turn this thing on, and we're going to see how long it takes for this thing to, I switched it on, turn on the you screw this thing out to get more air. We'll see how long this thing takes to start putting out smoke. There we go. There's your smoke. It's like I might need a little bit more air pressure. I got my regulator turned down on my compressor. Might have it turned down too much. Getting foggy in here now. That's pretty cool. You see me in there? Okay, you can pick up one of these over on Amazon. Pretty neat little unit. You use your shop air and your own power source that keeps the cost down. So that's really neat. Got it hooked up to 12 volt over here. Shop air over here. And it don't take long for it to start making smoke. See, it didn't even take a minute. Got a leak out of here. I guess I better tighten this back down a little bit. Coming out of the little tank. Boy, she's going now. Woo! Okay, coming up next, we're going to do a real test on this. Hook it up to the car. I know I got a Ford van that's got the exhaust leak, so we're going to check that out. We're going to put it on the Cadillac, and we're going to see if there's any leaks on that. One thing I might add, you do need to shut your valve off right here. Turn it in clockwise when you shut this thing down. So you don't want this thing kicking back out. Just shut your valve off when you shut it down. Turn this all the way off and shut your switch off. That's all there is to it. Okay, what can an S100 do from Ancel? It could do crankcase air leakage, front and rear oil seals, intercooler air leak, throttle leak, intake air duct gasket leak, exhaust pipe leakage, leaking fuel tank, poorly closed valves, air and water leaking, fuel tank, cooling system, tested on the turbo system, intake system, engine block, evap system, exhaust system. 3 easy steps to use. Pour in baby oil, power up air. You got power in your air, 1 minute warm up, start smoke test. Got a little bit of smoke still lingering around. That thing works good and works quick. Okay, I appreciate Ancel for sending this out so we can check this out on the channel. This thing does get warm. Right here on the top. Now we need to go do some real tests on it. See if we can find any leaks on anything. We can simulate some leaks. I don't want to cut any lines, but I will have some that might be loose or something. Check it out. Okay, we're going to take a little closer look at this unit. This is the Ancel S100. Here's where your air comes in over here. Your shop air. Probably about 5 pounds of pressure is all you need. Over here's your regulator. Here's where you turn it up. You want to have this thing closed off when you're not using it, so this fluid won't move up into the regulator. Okay, you got a little hook on it right here. You can hang it on the hood, up under the car, hang it on the bonnet. Okay, right here's where you fill it up with mineral oil. I'm using baby oil. That's where you fill it up there. And right back here is your sight glass. You don't want to overfill it. It says max level right here. You don't want to overfill it. Right here is your switch right here to turn it on and off. Your power connector there. This goes to 12 volt. This is the Ancel S100. If you got a big automotive shop, you may want the size bigger than this one. If you're using these fog machines all the time, they have the Ancel S3000. I'll insert a picture of it right here. The flow meter on your air coming in, and I believe this one does have the little bitty small air compressor built in. So for this one here to work, you just need shop air, oil, 12 volt power, and that's all you need. And your smoke comes out right here. You seen that earlier, and it works very well. It works very well. This thing flat puts out the fog. It's actually pretty cool. It comes with a nice regulator here. You got 8 foot of wire, and you got 8 foot of hose with this connector on it. So this is a nice little unit for the money. These used to be very expensive years ago, but nowadays they're very affordable. So go down to my Amazon. I got an Amazon link. Go down at the bottom of this video here. You have a link for your get it off of Amazon. These are pretty cool. We're gonna hook this thing up. We're gonna do some testing on one of the cars. I know I have an exhaust leak, so we're definitely gonna check it on that, on the minivan. So we're going to hook that up to the exhaust on the back of the minivan. Okay, there's that warning again. You got to turn your flow regulator off to prevent the backflow of the smoke oil back into your regulator. Okay, let's go hook this up to the car and let's see what we get. Okay, I got this thing set up on the car. Got the power connected. Might be a good idea to put a air nozzle on your air so you can turn your regulator down. You don't need very much air pressure. You don't need 110 pounds going through this. Turn it down so you can kind of only need about 5 pounds of air. Plug it back to here. Got the air line running through here, so it'll take some of the weight off of and keep it out of the way. So now we'll turn the machine on and start making smoke. So that's all it takes. Let's see my level here. Yeah, we're just a little bit below the max. So this car don't have a leak on it. So what we're going to do, we're going to simulate it. So we got the air on. You got the oil in it. So all we got to do now is turn the regulator on. Takes about a minute to start making smoke. Making smoke. It's really going now. Now we'll stick it into the intake manifold here. Probably coming out the filter area. Okay, what do we got back here in the corner? I see some smoke coming out back here. See that? Got some smoke coming out over here. Oh, looks like we got a line that's off. Plug that back in. Look for any more leaks. Now coming up next, we got a little minivan. I know it's got an exhaust leak. We're gonna do that one next. Okay, that's gonna do this car. Like I say on this one, it was just a simulated leak. Just a line off. But if you really had a leak, what you need is one of them old cars got all them vacuum lines on it. It's old and brittle. It'd probably be best to replace all them anyway. Replace all the lines, but if you got one that's not too bad, well, you could still stick this machine on there and find out which one's leaking. So we got this unit turned off. So that's going to do this car. Now we'll go to the van. Okay, we're here with the minivan. Got everything all hooked up down here. Got the S100 sitting over here on the ground. Decided to switch over to my GoPro so I can get up under the car, so it might be a little bit more shaky than what it normally is. So let me switch it on here. Open up the air. Okay, as soon as we start seeing good smoke, we're going to stick it in the tailpipe with a rag, and then we'll go up towards the front part of the engine. Actually, it's about halfway, maybe a little bit closer to the engine. I'm sure you'll see it very well. Okay, now we're starting to get some smoke. Okay, we're going to stick it over here in this tailpipe. Stick it in there a foot or so. Stick a rag around it. There we go, that's better. We got holes all over the place. I don't know if that's a muffler or what it is, but it's definitely rusted out. I didn't know about them. Didn't know about them holes. See them flexible joints right there? That's where I was expecting it to start leaking. But I don't see much coming from them. Catalytic converters is up there. Oh, it's really smoking now, coming my way. Well, that thing needs to be changed out. I guess that might be the muffler. Unless there's another one towards the back. No, I see some more in the back. Resonator? I don't know. I didn't know they put this stuff in there in '96. It's got a couple holes in it. But I don't see anything else than 2 holes right in that. I guess when it gets bad enough, I'll swap it out. Or just put a pipe between it. Looks like that whole exhaust system looks like it all needs to be replaced. This up here looks like it's stainless steel. Yeah, I think I did replace some of this up here. I did. I did replace yeah, that piece right there that has them 2 flexible joints on it. I believe I did buy that. And I had a muffler shop welded in. And it started getting loud again, so I don't know if it's... I don't see any leaks in that though. Right there in them joints is where I expected to be leaking. But it's doing good. Looks like we done lost our smoke. But we know where it's leaking at. Oh, it's starting to come back. Here comes the smoke again. See, all that's got to come through the mufflers and everything. Yeah, I see at least 2 holes in that. Yeah, I didn't know this thing was leaking. The only way you can know is with a smoke test. So these things are really good to have. Had no idea this was leaking. So it's got something rusted out in there. Okay, got my battery power out of the... I got a tractor battery in the back of my golf cart. That's where I'm getting the power. Right over here to the machine. So I think we're done now. I'm going to shut this thing off. Okay, that's going to do this video. Thanks for watching.